to tore that whole stage up.
World War III.
What's going on, world? I am Wesley from Aconnectiontv, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And we are here with another Culture Club, and I'm happy to see everybody. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've seen everybody. We wanted to start this video off with talking about Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend just passed, and I want to hear how Jeremy's weekend was. First and foremost, how you doing, Jeremy?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. Yeah.
That's great. Awesome. Well, I had my family reunion this weekend, so I was in Madison, Florida, which is about 45 minutes from Tallahassee, so it's North Florida, and I just kind of hung out with my family, and we just had a good time. Just a lot of drinking and eating and partying. We did go to, I think, Saturday night. We went to Valdosta because in Madison there's no kind of clubs, nothing. It's just country woods. So we went to Valdosta, Georgia, which is about maybe about 30 minutes away, and to the club, and it was really packed in there. So, but I had a good time though.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's right. That sounds cute.
You sound like you had a better weekend than I did.
My weekend was an adventure, but we'll talk about mine later.
Okay.
Come on, TC, what's going on, tall man?
My weekend was really good. Hung out with friends. The boo was out of town, so hung out with friends. Went out Thursday night. Went out Friday night. Had a list set here at the house Saturday night. Got wasted, fell asleep. They said they watched the whole movie. I don't even remember.
Oh wow.
Sunday went to this really cool music event. CeCe Tennille from Orlando, Florida. She was rocking the Mississippi Blues. Shout out to you, CeCe. Hope you're watching. If not, I tag you in this video, and so you can come watch. Yeah, it was really cool. I really had a good time. And then yesterday, Labor Day weekend, Labor Day Monday, some friends just got over, went and bought a grill, got some liquor, and just really had a good time. Cooked Sweeties Pies, famous mac and cheese. I baked. Everybody loved it.
You baked macaroni and cheese?
Yes.
Oh, really?
It's very good.
Okay.
I don't know if. Okay, never mind.
Was it better than his macaroni and cheese?
I'm sure he did because he's gonna say that.
Actually, no, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
This is really good.
It was just really good.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. I went to Atlanta this Labor Day weekend, and the only reason why I really went to Atlanta was because of the Blackout event, where it was about 11 of us, all black YouTubers that do our thing on YouTube. And that's mainly why I went. But my brother came down from DC. He was like, we need to go, we need to spend the whole weekend, have a good time, blah blah blah. It's the first Labor Day weekend in Atlanta. I'm like, okay, and he's sizing it up. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be great. But before I went, I was kind of like already over clubs, already over the gay scene for the most part. And I really wasn't in it for all of that, but I went, whatever. So it was what it was. It took us 7 hours to get there. When we got there, we got checked into the hotel. Then we went to go to Giovanni's house party. Shout out to Giovanni from Freefall. Of course, Giovanni knows all the beautiful men in the world. So it was a ton of beautiful men there. And I was just like pissed because we got there late. The reason why we got there late was because I had to wait for my boy Harold to get back to the hotel so we can drive there. So I was aggravated because I already knew there was gonna be some fine dudes there and I could be able to, flirt and do my thing, whatever. So we get there and Giovanni's ready to go. He has terrible signal, so I can't really, figure out what door he is in and all that. And I start seeing these fine dudes come out the door. So I'm like, okay, that has to be it. Long story short, he's like, hey, take a shot. We go into the Ferris wheel. So we have to follow him to the Ferris wheel. We go to the Ferris wheel. I didn't know that they had Ferris wheels in Atlanta. But whatever, it was cool, it was nice. This little white girl was blowing bubbles on all the people. And I was like, girl, you can't do that to people that's trying to be presentable at night. She's going around blowing bubbles on people. I met BB from the Boys Next Door LA. So he was there. Aaron was there also. I didn't get a chance to meet him because some people were about to go to blows outside of Giovanni's place, and he was in the crowd. Don't know what's going on, so I minded my business with that. Stayed away. After the Ferris wheel, we went to Freight Depot, and we couldn't get in the club because the line was long as fuck. Okay. To all the promoters, first of all, I don't even understand why all of these promoters throw like 19 different parties in one city. Like, they should all congregate together and throw one massive party and split the funds, because everybody was all separated. You really knew who was who going to Freight Depot versus going to any other club.
That's how it is in Atlanta.
Because all of the people that went to Freight Depot, 9 out of 10 dudes were fine. Fine. Drop dead, gorgeous, had chest, ass, face, everything. We went to the, and I'm sorry if you're watching this, but we went to the after party spot because obviously I wasn't paying $60 going to nobody's Freight Depot. And the after party spot, let me just say, I end up.
It's just the after hours party where they just have males just walking around.
No, it was nobody walking around. It was empty because everybody was at fucking Freight Depot. But what I was gonna say was,
you went early then. It's an after hours.
No. It was like 2:30, 2:45. We went there. Anyways, this is my first time in Atlanta, but we went to this place, and let's just say the caliber of people that were at that joint was not the same that was at Freight Depot. So you ever felt like you don't belong somewhere and it's time to go? So that's how I felt. I felt like I didn't belong there. It was time to go. Saturday we had the YouTube event. So many people came out. I want to thank you so much. A lot of you guys have commented at the fact that you love the Culture Club and you like the fact that we've started it here. I really do appreciate it. It would have been amazing if TC would have came. He was supposed to come, but he bailed out last minute, like all black folks do. So y'all would have got a chance to meet him, but I had an amazing time. Joe Work performed, Emmanuel Zador performed from American Idol season 13. Songwriter TC performed, and y'all seen him on the Tamar Braxton show. I think he like had an argument with Tamar one time over a song or something like that. And he sang with Brandy, so that was amazing. He sung. It was free food, great liquor, great venue. It was packed. It was so packed, and some of you guys literally just came out there for me, and I really do appreciate it. It's always a humbling experience. Saturday night, I went to Daiquiri Factory for the first time and got toe up. I was talking about everybody, reading everybody, throwing shade to everybody. Being West, when West is drunk, I talk a lot of shit.
Yes.
There was this
with
one
a mad slur.
I don't slur. I'm very clear.
Slur.
There was this one guy named Chase, and he's beautiful. Like, his face is beautiful, but he talks like James Bond. So it's like when you say, "What's your name?" He's like, "My name is Chase." And he gives like this glare in his eye. I swear, it's no exaggeration. Every response was like that, and I kept fucking with him because I'm like, dude, why do you talk like that? This is not America's Next Top Model. But it was funny. Sunday I went to Piedmont Park. First time going to Piedmont Park for Labor Day weekend. I did an interview with Emmanuel Zador there, and I did a Culture Club. It was like 13 of us on a panel, which was great. Somebody almost got beat up. Y'all will see that video soon. You know, it's bold and blunt. People, you know, they be in their feelings, and you know, difference of opinions can lead to blows. But it was great TV. And I don't know what else happened. I found out what I'm allergic to. I'm 34 years old, and I finally figured out that I'm allergic to Suave, 2 times men's body wash, or whatever it is. Because when I tell you, the first time I used that shit, the next day I broke out. It was terrible.
What are you talking about?
You broke out all over?
All over. My ass cheeks felt like raisins.
Oh wow.
My legs are all broken out. My arms.
Did you shave?
I still have remnants all on my arms. You see it?
Right there.
Yeah.
Shit, those weren't bed bugs?
I checked the bed. There was no issues. Like, I was going through it, and I was upset because y'all know I like walking around in tank tops all the time. I couldn't do that because my arms are like completely. It was a mess. Okay.
Oh,
So it wasn't. I didn't fuck anybody on Atlanta. Not that I went out there to fuck people,
But it was pride. There's exceptions for pride.
yeah, I guess. But no, I didn't do any of that. No, I honestly didn't really want to. Y'all know that I'm still talking to somebody, but I didn't want to, and it wasn't that important to me. So it was what it was. I had a good time.
That's a very good thing.
I had a good time, minus the allergic reaction, but the YouTube event was the best event. But I don't need to do Labor Day no more. Huh?
That was during the day?
Yeah, it was a day event from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
What venue was it at?
The Crow's Nest. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I've never heard of it. But it was an amazing venue. It was big. And when I tell you it was packed, and it's funny because you know how you tell people to be here at a certain time and nobody ever shows up, like 3. But the start time was 3 o'clock, and it was like 100 people there at 3 o'clock. Then 3:30, it was like 500 people there.
Wow.
So it was, y'all came out and showed out for all of your favorite YouTubers, and I really do appreciate it. That video will be up on my channel very soon. How was your weekend?
It was great, but I have one more question. So did you sign autographs and answer questions and take
Autographs?
pictures?
No, but we did a Q&A, which was cool. But the line was so long for Q&A that we couldn't get to everybody's questions because we had performers. And we apparently were only supposed to have the venue till 8, but the owner was so shocked that so many people came and everybody was buying at the bar. So he was like, y'all can stay till whenever y'all want to stay. But yeah, so everybody didn't get to ask their questions, but we're thinking of doing it an annual situation to where the next blackout will probably be on a cruise or at a resort in Mexico. So stay tuned for the details for that.
Dang, now my weekend is gonna sound so boring.
Right.
Why do I have to go after you? Now my weekend was actually really great. So in Orlando, the Tom Joyner Family Reunion is hosted here. And so it's hosted at the Gaylord Palm, and I had the opportunity to actually work it this year. So I worked Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so Walmart Corporate hired me to come and do some of the artists that were going to be performing at the Gospel Fest that was going to be held at the Gaylord Palms that weekend. And so in 4th of July weekend at the Essence Music Festival, Walmart had this big competition, and it's called the Gospel Next Superstar or something like that. And so the person who won came to Orlando for the Tom Joyner Family Reunion. And the winner got all these prizes, but one of the prizes was she's got to perform here. And what's his name? Dietrich Haddon wrote her song for her.
Oh, wow.
And so they went to the studio, recorded the single. That was really fun, so I got her ready for that. And then they debuted the single at the Gospel Fest, which was, I mean, there were hundreds and thousands of people. It was crazy at the Gaylord Palm that weekend.
It was a big weekend.
I was like, what is going on? I've always been on the backside of it, like going through the expo and stuff, but I've never been backstage for all the, celebrity stuff. But it was pretty cool. Her name is Joanna Hill. Check her out. She's cool. She's a great person. And she actually has a really good voice. And so besides working, I also did other events. So Dorian, he owns the Mercedes-Benz of Orlando down by Mall at Millennia. He had an annual white party at his mansion in Iowa. And it benefited the Trayvon Martin Fund charity. Yeah, so I worked, it's an exclusive neighborhood, and so you can't just get through the gate. So he got charter buses. You had to meet at the Publix. The charter buses took you from Publix through the gates into Iowa and dropped you off in front of his mansion. And you go in, and it is just, and it was a white party, so imagine like all these people in white. And it was like Belvedere and Crown, like all the top shelf liquor, everything was free. I was like, okay, I can get used to this, And mind you, I had to work at 6, I had to go back to the Gaylord at 6:30 the next morning. But when I got there, and it was just so cool, and I saw a lot of people that I knew, and then I hear this voice on stage. It was freaking Freddie Jackson.
Oh, really?
Freddie Jackson started performing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be late in the morning.
Yeah.
I already know. Freddie Jackson sounded really good. He looks different because he lost a lot of weight, but his voice is really great. And then on Sunday, so work, party at night. Sunday, two of the artists that we worked with was Dietrich Haddon and Rashawn Mitchell.
Okay.
So one of the Walmart execs grew up at Mount Pleasant Baptist Church here in Orlando. So she decides, okay, since everybody's here, let's surprise my church family. That morning, it was first Sunday, so it's packed.
Right.
It's a Baptist church, so the mother's board is in their biggest white hats,
yeah.
and it was really cool. So we sneak in the back door, And so they have the front row reserved. Church is packed, mind you. And I knew we were going to church, but I really, whatever. I knew I was working that day as well, so I just had on something kind of casual. So they bring us in on the front row. Everybody's looking like, they ain't famous, like, who are they? So the audience didn't know what was going on, so they did communion first. Like the whole, everything was turned around, the whole service. So they're Baptist, so they're used to like a certain way of doing things. So we come in, we sit down, the girl gets up, she says, okay, now we have a surprise for you, Vashawn Mitchell. They lost their mind. And he is such a great performer, and he has an amazing voice. So he comes out, he sings his couple songs, he's a praise and worship person, so he got everybody set in the atmosphere or whatever. And then he leaves, they thought it was over. Then the girl who sings So Amazing on Vashawn Mitchell's CD, Tiff, she sang a couple songs, wore the church out.
Yeah.
She leaves, they thought it was over. Then they're like, and all you hear, you know how DJ Patton is so hyped, he came out with his microphone, everybody stood up, started screaming, oh my God, those people. And Vashawn was like, I have never seen so many elderly people with video cameras before. Everybody had their phones out for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, and then, they got over it and they put the phones down. But it was such a wonderful experience to see everybody so hyped and so excited. And I thought, what a great way to give back to your hometown, to your home community.
Right.
Like, they didn't have to pay for it. She didn't expect anything in return. She just was like, these are our artists. We're friends. Let me ask them if they can come and do this for my home church.
Right.
And it was so beautiful. And then that night we went to that restaurant in the mall at Millennia next to Cheesecake Factory.
Well, it used to be Blue Martini, but it's something else now.
It's something else. So we went there. They got the back room, and so some of the artists came with us to the dinner, and we got to chill and talk and have a good time. And it was funny because we decided to play this game. Okay, what would your alter ego be if nobody would judge you, nobody would care? I need to ask you that question. So some of the girls are like, I would be a stripper. I would be this. I would be that. And then one of the gospel artists was like, I would be a gangster rapper. I was like, what?
Really?
A gangster rapper? He was like, I want to be a gangster rapper. I just thought that was really funny. But when people are on stage and they're, a celebrity, we see one side of them.
Right.
But that's not who they are. It's a part of them, but that's not really who they are. So it was nice to be reminded that these people are really people as well. So I saw the Clark sisters this weekend. I saw all kinds of artists. It was a weekend full of music, and I was working, but it was fun at the same time.
Your weekend sounds amazing. I don't know what you were talking about.
Well, you see these bags under my eyes. It was cool. I didn't do anything, same-sex oriented, but it was cool nonetheless.
No, that's hot.
Yeah,
though.
you missed my party. No, I understand. It was a lot of things going on in Orlando this weekend that just not of the normal. And it was really good. It felt really good.
But it seems like every holiday weekend is when you should come to Orlando because there's something going on. All the venues are full. Downtown is always packed. You can't find parking. Every holiday since I've been here, and I've been here for a year now. I don't know what the fuck for, but I've been here for a year now. And every holiday, there's always something going on in Orlando. But I want to talk about Chris Brown because this past Labor Day weekend, since Labor Day weekend was our first topic, Chris Brown was supposed to perform for a lesbian party hosted by Trax. And Trax, there's Trax girls and there's Trax guys. And so Trax girls had booked him to perform, or not necessarily perform, but to show up and be there to bring Tiana Taylor on stage to present to, introduce Tiana Taylor, who they're actually on tour right now together. And apparently, Chris Brown got there. It was supposed to only be females there because it's a lesbian event. And typically when lesbians throw events, there are only just females there, typically. But of course, if you know that Chris Brown is going to be there, you're going to want to go and see Chris Brown too to get a look at Chris Brown. So apparently there were a sprinkle of gay men there, and Chris Brown turned around and decided not to go into the venue. But on his Twitter, he was like, I was never booked for anything. I was not supposed to appear anywhere. I respect the LGBT community. I don't know what this promoter is talking about. Something along those lines on his Twitter. So that's the issue. He's lying about being booked for an event. And he's saying that he respects the LGBT community, which is a large portion of his dollars. Right. Okay. Do you think he's a homophobe? Do you think he's in the closet? Do you think he hates gays? What are our thoughts about this? Because we all listen to Chris Brown.
Yeah, I didn't know that he actually showed up and turned around.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't think he showed up.
Yeah.
Because like the morning before, he was at the Ludacris event. I forget the name of it, but Luda Weekend, which I was scrolling my timeline, of course, and I follow, my kind gay men, and my homeboys, they were there. So Chris Brown, you had gay men in the audience. If you didn't know, wait a minute, your stylist is gay. What? I don't understand. I just thought about it. I don't understand. I don't understand.
I thought about this too. I was wondering if his stylist was a male or female.
And I think EJ King, I think that's your name, on Instagram. Let me look it up. But and he's always posting pictures and stuff.
He's not homophobic. He just
maybe you're closeted or scared about something that you may succumb to.
Right.
So I was reading online, and they were saying that the manager, you probably know more than I do, but they said the promoter actually texted Chris Brown's manager pictures of the girls in the crowd, being like, listen, there's like thousands of girls in the audience, like this is not a gay men's party, and they showed like 3 or 4 pictures that she literally sent to his manager, and he, in response, was like, He was like, no, we're not coming.
That's foul, especially if they paid a retainer fee to book you.
Well, that's the thing. They paid the retainer fee.
That's foul. You shouldn't do that.
But I don't think that he's homophobic. I think that he's been in so much trouble with the media that he's just trying to just put out fires. If I go here, they're already saying I'm gay. If I go and perform at this event, they really gonna start saying I'm gay. So in his mind, he's probably like, I'm just not gonna go.
But that's the thing. You shouldn't have never done it, or said that you were gonna go. Period. I mean, we know that he's been in trouble with allegedly hitting a gay man for photo bombing and all that bull crap. But at the end of the day, let's be real. This is my bold and blunt moment for this video. When you, Tyga, Jamie Foxx, Ray J, all y'all get drunk at your mansion parties and have all these females there, I'm sure y'all either A, been in the same room with these females fucking them, or B, done fucked each other. And let's not forget about Trey Songz and all them other male artists that love women. I mean, it happens. Like when you get to a certain pay grade and a certain tax bracket, what happened?
Nothing.
We're talking about Chris Brown.
Right.
I'm just saying, all those, I just see it happen. This is my bold and blunt moment. I just see it happening, and I really wish that we had more men like Milan Christopher and Miles on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood that are brave enough to come out and exploit themselves and tell their story and actually
about that.
What are you talking about?
Milan and...
Because that's the next topic, so we can go into that. Fuck Chris Brown.
We can go into
right. Chris Brown, you need to stop and just be real with yourself, because a lot of gays are supporting your music.
So Milan, and what's the other guy's name? Miles. Okay. Supposedly, they have been dating for the past 3 years, supposedly. So for them even to start that whole scene of, I want to be with you. He's talking to the female, I want to be with you, but there's something I need to really divulge to you. And then the next scene, you cut away from him and her, and y'all go straight to the bedroom. Or I think they did a commercial break and then came back and went straight to the bedroom and he's kissing another dude and like he's very comfortable. Like I think the media right now, from social media to reality TV shows, I think they're really playing off being gay and being transsexual for some reason.
Right now, yeah.
Just like the drag queen got her hair done. Well, she's supposed to have been on, or the blast was that she was joining Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's not even married.
King Amaya?
Shit, it's on my tip of my tongue, I can't think of it. But yeah, but like, I think the media is really playing off that. From Caitlyn Jenner,
who's facing a charge for manslaughter. I don't know.
You know what?
This was also just came out against gay marriage.
Oh, what happened?
Caitlyn Jenner just did an interview or whatever, and she's not really for gay marriage.
But here's my thing. Let's not act like that story is not a real story. Not theirs particularly, but it happens in the world. It happens in love and hip hop, Hollywood.
We know
Chris
that
Brown.
Right.
They're telling your story.
we know that.
Come on now.
No, I'm not saying it's not a real story, but it's love and hip hop. They're getting paid for this. It's the media. He's trying to get his rap career off the gun.
It's fake.
Just like the rap, just like everything.
No, but I've accepted that in reality TV that people have decided to exploit themselves in a way that might not necessarily be currently realistic or real within their lives, but it is like, for example, we all know that they do certain scenes. They create certain scenes.
Right.
I don't think it's scripted, but they do create certain scenes where you have to figure out how they're going to be or how they're going to act or whatever the case may be. And I do feel that they feed the producers' storylines to see if they will be kept on the show. I agree with that. But at the end of the day, I honestly will say that Milan, he's already out. So there's nothing big about that. But at the same time, Miles, I've never fucking heard of him. So for him to come out in the way that he's presenting himself, I think that's brave regardless. Because if he's calling himself to be a hip hop artist and he's doing this in front of the world, that's huge. Whether it's fake, phony, or whatever, that's huge. And no Chris Brown, Trey Songz, or Tyga would be man enough to ever do that. And I think that is amazing. And you know what is interesting, because there is a scene where the girl Amber, I don't know who's she fighting or who she's destroying the house or whatever, but she breaks down in tears when she finds out that Miles is indeed with Milan. So it's like certain setups that I would hope that wouldn't be fake. You know what I'm saying? Like, because her reaction was intense. And even with the fights with these people, like, you're not going to walk away from a fight with a black eye just for a couple bucks. I don't think so. So I think the scenarios are set up, but what actually happens is up to them. But I think Milan is brave for that. Like, what do you think? Do you know who Milan Christopher is?
I have no clue.
I don't think Milan Christopher is brave for being on the show, because he's been out for, like you said, for years.
Not Milan, but Miles.
Miles, I think that took a lot of balls.
But Milan is right. I watched the first episode yesterday, and he was saying in his confessional that he's been doing this for years. He's been successful doing it. Everybody knows about him. He's created music, he's produced, he's modeled and everything. And I don't know if you've seen Milan's photos, but he's gorgeous. And I met Milan this past Labor Day, actually. And I asked him if he was able to do an interview. He's contracted, he can't do interviews. So, unfortunately, we won't see him anytime soon on Aconnectiontv. But him and I have conversed quite a few times on Facebook. So it's actually interesting to see him be able to elevate himself to that aspect of entertainment. But it's just brave all around, especially for black men to present themselves as gay. And no offense to anybody, but for them not to be, stereotypically flamboyant like the Miss J's and the Derek J and the bald one on the Style Show. You know what I'm saying? Like
Miss Lawrence.
Yeah. They're masculine guys, and he's actually with this girl Amber, or has been with this girl Amber, who does not know. And I'm telling y'all, all these beautiful chicks out here, your men, Okay? They aren't all for the pussy. Okay? There are so many basketball players I know, athletes that I know, celebrities that I know that have done the damn thing and continue to do the damn thing, but still sleep with y'all because y'all will never know.
Right.
And it's just, it shouldn't be that way. I think that we should all be able to come out and be whoever we want to be without fear of judgment. But the black community has placed this label over us that, you know, we can't do that. We can't be
But
that.
I think black women are getting hip to DL dudes. And so, like, a lot of times at work, girls will come in and they'll tell me a scenario. They'll be like, this is what happened. He did this, that, and the other, and it made me think. And they would be like, do you think he's gay? And a lot of the scenarios, it's gay. It sounds like gay tendencies, but
I would say that they're getting hip to them. I think it's just a lot of gay dudes. Like, it's just dudes that...
The white party I went to at the mansion. These are athletes. These are, you know... These are businessmen. They got their chicks on their arm or whatever. But I'm not the most masculine person. And of course, my white outfit was off the chain. It was real cute.
Yes.
Insert picture here.
Insert picture there. And so I was getting hit on that night by these dudes that were married and that had chicks. And it wasn't like
And was
wasn't
the
verbal,
owner
they
of the
weren't
mansion? He was.
He's straight. He's straight. But the guys there, you know, they don't say, you know how straight guys do. They don't really come out and be like, yo, what's up? Come to my room.
I saw upside down question mark Spanish kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, it's guys like that they don't really know that they have a wife, they have a girlfriend, they're very masculine, but there's something missing, like they can't quite put their finger on it.
Once again, I'm gonna say, when you get to a certain pay level or pay scale, anything goes.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather, there's no way on God's green earth
Really?
you're gonna tell me that no one has ever slobbed his knob.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Male.
Oh wow.
No way. I looked at what's the other dude? His brother or whatever, his friend, Bonner, whatever the other black guy that has money that was in his jacuzzi with bubble baths, walking around butt naked in front of all his male friends and posting it on YouTube or World Star Hip Hop. There's no way you're gonna tell me that those male friends and him have not played together and had females there just to dress it up. There's no way.
I agree with you.
There's just no way. I mean, once you get to that level of money, anything goes. I wouldn't mention someone else's name, but he is my inspiration. I'm not gonna mention his name, so we will remain nameless on that because I still think that he watches my channel and he's seen my little plug to him, and that's why I have not seen where he lives or have been invited to his house yet. But I'm just gonna keep it on mute. Keep it on mute. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
What city do they live in?
I can't say, but YouTube has definitely afforded me some great opportunities with meeting celebrities and meeting new people and meeting potential individuals that I could work with or inspire or whatever. So I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and thanking you guys for watching Culture Clubb and everything that I've done on here. I need you guys to tune in to my BGC Season 0 animated cartoon series. It's finally uploaded. It premiered today. It is hilarious. I believe that it is the best video that I've ever uploaded out of all the 1,700 videos that I have on YouTube. And I've went to video, I think 100, and boy, I put up some shit on this channel. But I really think that cartoon is definitely, it embodies what I wanted to do creatively on my channel. So I definitely appreciate the love. Please check out that video. I need you guys to give you a tip of the day, and that will conclude this episode.
We're starting with Dale.
Okay.
Thank you.
Like how you just slid that.
Right, that is.
So my tip of the day is I believe that your profession and your career should be something that you would do for free, that you would not even get paid for, that you would still love, and that you would have a great time doing it, even if they was like, we can't pay you this week, we'll pay you next week, whatever. Your career should be your passion, and your passion should be what you would do for free. And so my tip of the day would be to find your passion so that you can enjoy your career to the utmost.
My tip of the day is to understand that it's not always about you. People do have a lot going on in their lives, so never take anything too personal, and make sure that the individuals that you're dealing with are people that you can trust.
Yeah, mister. I ain't heard back from you. Y'all don't text me back.
But we're still here though.
Right.
Right?
My tip of the day. Jeremy, would you like to go?
I will go. My tip of the day is to just to, again, it's always about love, but just to love your family, because the weekend I spent it with my family. We had an awesome time. I did have an aunt that got sick, very sick, so you have to live every day like it's your last, and just continue to love your family, because at the end of the day, that's all that you have. So, we thought that she had got sick, but God was able to, help her to get past that sickness that she went through. But, it was very scary for everybody, but just continue to love your family, love yourself. Thank you.
Okay, my tip of the day is to live, love life.
That's it.
I think my weekend around friends, without all the drama, was really good, and just continue to surround yourself around those type of people where y'all can just chill out and have fun, and just be boys or girls or friends.
Boys and girls.
Boys or girls,
Right.
and friends. And on that note, thank you guys for watching.
Bye-bye.
Alright, that was a cute little episode.
That was real dry, and I'm upset because, honey, I didn't get invited to this whole macaroni and cheese fest you had.
Extra things.
Okay. So this is completely like your site. Like it's
This
not
is
ran
my-
through a third party.
No,
This is your site, launched by you.
It's launched by me, created by me.
And you have actual
Atomic Beats.
Bright lights in the